Good day, everyone. My name is Jeff Borta, and together with Miss Pidera and Miss Molino, we are about to discuss the phylum Chordata. The phylum Chordata consists of animals with a flexible rod supporting their dorsal or backsides. The phylum name derives from the Greek root word chord, meaning string. Most species within the phylum Chordata are vertebrates, or animals with backbones. Examples of vertebrate chordates include fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. A modern human one species of mammal is a familiar example of a chordate. However, we share this phylum with two groups of invertebrates as well. The tunicates and lancelets are the only invertebrate groups within the phylum Chordata. So the phylum Chordata is a diverse group of animals characterized by possessing, at some stage of their life cycle, a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, and a post-anal tail. The evolution of chordates. The fossil record of chordates began in the early Cambrian period, roughly 530 million years ago. The oldest known chordate fossil was found in China and described in 1995. It is a member of the species Eunonozoon lividium within the subphylum Cephalochordata. The earliest fossil evidence from members of the vertebrate subphylum also dates back roughly 530 million years. This is when fossils of the jawless fish first appeared. A timeline showing the order of the appearance of each of the major chordates group in the fossil record. The earliest tetrapods, or having four legs, are the amphibians, with fossils dating back to the Devonian period, roughly 363 million years ago. Shortly thereafter, reptile-like tetrapods arose. It was some time after the appearance of reptiles, approximately 18 million years, that mammals entered the scene. The first mammalian fossils date back to the Triassic period, about 208 million years ago. Finally, bird fossils appeared 146 million years ago in the Jurassic period. Chordate evolution, like that of arthropods, includes major habitat transitions. The earliest chordates were all marine animals like tunicates and lancelets. As chordates continued to evolve, they spread to freshwater habitats and ultimately to land. The amphibians represent an intermediate phase in the water to land transition of chordates. The evolution of birds increased the distribution of chordates by expanding their populations into aerial habitats. So, the evolutionary origin and history of the phylum Chordata is a fascinating journey that traces the development of complex organisms from simpler to ancestral forms. Chordates characterized by their notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, and post-anal tail, like evolved from a common ancestor shared with another deuterostomes. The phylum Chordata has a rich evolutionary history that began with simple, primitive ancestors and lead to the diverse array of complex organisms seen today. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla. First is the Urochordata or Tunicata, second is the Cephalochordata, and third is the vertebra.
Have you ever wondered what are the characteristics of phylum Chordata? So actually there are four basic features. So first is the notochord. Noto means back while chord means string. So its shape is flexible rod-like structure. It is located just below the nerve cord and its function is to provide structural support. It is present in early and adult stage of invertebrates, while it is absent in adult stage of vertebrates, as they are replaced by a backbone later on. So next is the nerve cord. So nerve means neuro, while cord means elongated. So its shape is hollow and tubular structure. It is located just above the notochord. Its function is to transmit signals and it also forms the central nervous system. So in invertebrates, they remain the main nervous system, while in vertebrates, they develop into brain and spinal cord. So next is the pharyngeal slit. So pharynx means throat, while slit means opening. So its shape is gill-like openings in the throat region. It is located at the sides of the pharyngeal region, and its function is to facilitate water flow for respiration in aquatic chordates. And it is present in larval and adult invertebrates and absent in adult vertebrates as they are replaced by other respiratory structures. So next is the post-anal tail. So post meaning after and anal means anus and tail means extension of the body. So the shape is elongated, flexible extension of the body posterior to the anus. So it is located at the extending beyond the anus at the posterior end of the body. The function is to provide additional locomotion in aquatic chordates. It is present in larval and adult stages of invertebrate chordates and absent in most adult vertebrates as they are reduced or modified. Next, other characteristics of Phylum Chordata. The symmetry is bilateral symmetry. They are tripoblastic, meaning they have mesoderm, endoderm, and ectoderm. They can be aquatic, aerial, or terrestrial. They are independent. They do not rely on a host organism for survival. No fully parasitic forms, and they are mostly endoskeletal. The segmentation is unsegmented, or they are just continuous in body. They have a well-developed coelom. Coelom means body cavity that separates the organ systems. They have a closed circulatory system where the blood flows through a network of blood vessels and does not leak out into the body's tissues. So now is about the body functions. So first is support in movement. So it involves the notochord, the segmented muscles which allow for coordinated and efficient movement and locomotion, and are present in cephalochordata, which is an invertebrate, and the post-anal tail. So the post-anal tail in mammals are barely visible or completely absent, while in reptiles they are reduced, in birds they are absent, in fishes they are well developed. Second body function is nervous system, which involves the nerve cord. Third is the respiration and feeding. So the pharyngeal slits allow for the passage of water. For respiration, the fish is for fish, it is present during early stage and develop into gill. In amphibians, they develop into gill. And it is present during larval stage for respiration and disappear during adult stage. In mammals, they are not present, and in vertebrates, they are present and used for feeding. So the mouth is the opening through which the organism takes in food. Another is the digestive tract, which is responsible for the ingestion, digestion, and absorption of nutrients. And last is the nostrils, allow for the intake and expulsion of air during respiration. So they mostly use the nostrils, especially in mammals. Fourth is the sensory perception. The head contains the sensory organs such as eyes and ears, allowing chordates to perceive and respond to their environment. Fifth is the waste elimination. The anus is the opening through which waste products are eliminated from the body. Sixth, circulation. The majority of chordates do possess a more advanced circulatory systems, except invertebrates. Seventh, reproduction. There are three types of reproduction. External fertilization. So many fish and amphibians reproduce through external fertilization. where the males and females release their sperms and eggs into the water. This allows for the eggs to be fertilized outside the body. Next, internal fertilization. Reptiles, birds, and mammals have internal fertilization. The males have specialized reproductive organs that transfer sperm directly to the females. The fertilized eggs then develop within the female's body. Last is the asexual reproduction. Ternicates can reproduce asexually through budding or fragmentation. 8. Growth and development. Starting as an egg or embryo. All chordates, including mammals, begin their life as a fertilized egg or embryo. The embryo then grows and changes, developing the key features that define chordates like the backbone and nervous system. In larval stage, for some chordates like tadpoles or larvae have a different body shape and lifestyle when they are young. They then go through a transformation called metamorphosis to become the adult form. Mammals do not have a larval stage. Instead, they develop directly into the adult form. Live birth for mammals. The baby mammals develop inside the mother's body and are born at a more advanced stage compared to other chordates. Childhood and adulthood. After being born or hatching from an egg, chordates continue to grow and mature. Their bodies and abilities to change as they get bigger and older. Reaching sexual maturity. Chordates, including mammals, become able to reproduce and make offspring of their own when they reach sexual maturity. So birds can live 5 to 10 years for smaller species and over 80 years for larger birds like parrots. Reptiles like turtles and crocodiles can live over 100 years, while smaller lizards may only live 5 to 20 years. Amphibians like frogs and salamanders usually live 5 to 20 years. Fish have a wide range from 1 to 2 years for small, fast-growing fish to over 100 years for some large, slow-growing fish. The lifespan of chordates depends on factors like their size, how fast they grow, how they are affected by predators, and the environment they live in. Larger, slower-growing animals generally live longer than smaller, faster-growing ones. 9th, homeostasis. Chordates have the ability to maintain a stable internal environment, regulating factors like temperature, pH, and nutrient levels through various physiological mechanisms. 10th, immune function. Chordates possess immune systems that protect the body from pathogens and diseases involving specialized cells and processes. Aging and lifespan. As chordates, including mammals, get very old, their body starts to decline. Small mammals like mice and hamsters usually only live 2 to 3 years. Medium-sized mammals like rabbits and squirrels generally live 5 to 10 years. Larger mammals like dogs, cats, and pigs typically live 10 to 20 years. Primates like monkeys and apes can live 20 to 50 years, and larger land mammals like elephants and rhinoceroses can reach 40 to 70 years old. Marine mammals like whales and dolphins often live 50 to 80 years. The average human lifespan is around 70 to 80 years in most parts of the world and can reach over 100. 11th, endocrine function. Many chordates have endocrine systems that produce hormones which regulate and coordinate various bodily processes such as growth, metabolism, and reproduction. And last is behavioral responses. The nervous system and sensory organs allow chordates to perceive and respond to changes in their environment, exhibiting various behaviors such as feeding, mating, and predator avoidance.
Hello everyone, my name is Ria Chris G. Molino and my assigned topic is subphylum Orochordata. It is subphylum of Phylum Chordata. So subphylum Orochordata, it is tonicate or tonicata, notochord or notochord in larval stage only, adult sac-like, sessile, encased and protective tonic. So Orochordata is also known as tonicata or tonicates. Um, they exhibit a distinct life cycle with a free swimming larval stage that possesses chordate feature such as notochord and a dorsal nerve cord and a sessile adult stage. So tonicata, it provides structural support and defense against predators and environmental stress. So this is the structure of Orochordata. They have tentacles, head, mouth, notochord, dorsal hollow nerve cord, and pharyngeal slates, atrium, digestive tract, atriopore, segmented muscle, anus, and postal anal tail. So, subphylum Orochordata divided into three classes. First is Acidiacia, second Thaliacia, the third is Larvacia or also called Appendicularia. So class Acidiacia, it is sessile, scattered muscles and tonic, solitary colonial compound, and gel clips numerous. So class Acidiacia, it is also known as sea squirts. These are the most common and well-known class. They are mostly sessile filter feeders, and it can be solitary, colonial, or compound. Examples is Herdmania. Herdmania is a genus of sea squirts, serve as an excellent model for understanding the basic biological functions of orochordates, its filter feeding mechanism, reproductive strategy, simple excretory and nervous system, and also protective tonic. So next is class Thaliacia. It is free swimming, circular muscles, and tonic. So on Thaliacia, it can form large colonies, also filter feeders, and have a barrel shape, a transparent body, and their bodies are often gelatinous, which aids in buoyancy and transparency, helping them avoid predators. Example is salps. Salps is form long chain-like colonies that can be several meters in length. It is free floating, gelatinous, and often transparent animals found throughout the world's oceans, particularly in the open sea. The last is class Larvacia, or also called Appendicularia. It is tiny and transparent, free-floating. So, ang Larvacia or Appendicularia, it is small, transparent marine animals belonging to the phylum Chordata. They are notable for their unique feeding and locomotion strategies. Example niya is Oikopleura. Oikopleura is a genus of small. This is transparency, gelatinous body, and tail appendage.
Subphylum Cephalochordata. We have here the classification of Cephalochordata, the kingdom Animalia, superphylum Deuterostomia, phylum Chordata, and subphylum Cephalochordata. Introduction to Cephalochordata. Greek word kephali, head, cord, cord. group of small fish-like animals show all chordate characters: notochord, dorsal tubular nerve cord, pharyngeal gill slits, and post-anal tail throughout their life. Name of the phylum came from the fact that notochord extends beyond the beginning of nerve cord up to the tip of the snout, popularly known as slits or little spears because of their peculiar body shape. No skull or crania, exclusively marine and prefer sandy littoral zone. We have the general characteristics for the body: the symmetrical or asymmetrical without a distinct head and paired appendages, tail and median fins, the caudal, the dorsal, and the ventral fins. Covered with a soft skin devoid of any exoskeletal structures. Musculature consists of a series of segmentally arranged muscle blocks, myotomes or myomeres. Notochord extends the entire length of the body dorsally, true column lined by an outer somatic mesoderm and an inner splenic mesoderm, enterocolous, arising as pouches from embryonic gut, greatly reduced owing to the development of an ectoderm-lined spacious cavity atrium. Cephalochordata is a subphylum in the phylum Chordata. The animals belonging to this subphylum are known as the cephalochordates, lancelets, or amphioxus. They are marine animals that possesses a segmented and elongated body. They also contain a notochord that extends from the head to the tail. All in all, they possess many typical chordate features but lack true vertebrate features. Hence, they separate division. The cephalochordates have been believed to diverge from the chordate subphylum around 700 million years ago. So the example that we take in Cephalochordata is the Amphioxus. Amphioxus, it has a fish-like body as seen in the illustration. The body is a streamlined. The mouth is on the ventral side and is surrounded by a bulging part, which is known as the oral hood. And on this oral hood, there are some sensory structure which are known as the oral tentacles. Now, the body, as we said, is fish-like, and the notochord, which is dorsal, solid notochord, is present from anterior to posterior end, meaning the notochord is present from head to tail region in all its entire life. And all along the length, notochord is present. They also have fins, and the fins we have the dorsal fin, the ventral fin, which is a smaller one, and they also have a tail fin or a caudal fin. So this is the caudal fin. That means dorsal and ventral and caudal fin, all three fins are present. Now all along the body we found some bands which are all over. These are known as myotomes. So these are bands and are called myotomes. These bands are actually striated muscles. So we also have the opening which is the anus, extends beyond the tail part.
The third subphylum is the subphylum Vertebrata. So here are some facts about vertebrata. So first, the term vertebrata originates from the Latin word vertebratus, which means having a backbone or spinal column. Second, vertebrates are further differentiated from chordates by their vertebral column, which forms when their notochord develops into the column of bony vertebrae separated by discs. Third, vertebrates are the only chordates that have a brain as part of their central nervous system. Fourth largest subphylum in chordates with 46,500 species. Fifth, the body divisible into head, neck, trunk, and tail. And sixth, there are two divisions of it, the agnatha and natostomata. So first is the agnatha. So its characteristic is it is a jawless fish or without true jaws, paired limbs, and most of them are aquatic. The body structure of agnatha: rounded, eel-like body, pore-like gill openings, no paired fins, jaws scales, and bones. The body systems: skeletal muscular, fibrogelatinous notochord, incomplete cartilaginous skeleton. In nervous system, the eyes will develop in adults. Cerebellum present in lamprey but not in hagfish. In digestive system, no stomach but has pharynx, mouth, esophagus, intestine, and anus. Rasping tongue to grind off pieces of flesh or sucker-like mouths. Reproduction used is external fertilization. Long larval stage and dioecious or separate sexes. Its life cycle is spawn in freshwater streams. Eggs are hatched in 2 weeks. Larvae drift down and bury in fine sand. Larvae filter food out of the water for 3 to 7 more years. And rapid metamorphosis to adult. And adults only live 1 year. So the first class of Agnatha is Myxini or hagfish. Myxa means slime. Characteristics of it are marine. They're blind but has a keen sense of smell or touch. They are also scavengers, predators on annelids, mollusks, crustaceans, and dead or dying fish. Example of hagfish is Atlantic hagfish. Class 2 is Petromyzontida or lamprey. Petros means stone, while myzon means sucking. There are 30 species of Petromyzontida. Characteristics: marine and freshwater, can be up to 1 meter long, use mouth to grasp stone to hold position in current. Sucker-like oral tongue with keratinized teeth. An example of lamprey is the European river lamprey. Division 2 is Gnathostomata. Characteristics: unlike the Division 1 Agnatha, Gnathostomata has true jaws and paired limbs. So the superclass 1 is the Pisces. It has a scaly skin, gills, paired fins, and have 3 classes, which is the first one is the Placodermi, which is primitive jawed fishes and bony heads. Example, Climatius. Second class is the Chondrichthyes. It is cartilaginous endoskeleton. Placoid scales, gill slits not covered with operculum, pelvic claspers in male. An example is Stylacimorpha. Class 3 is Osteichthyes. Bony skeleton, cyclid scales, gill slits covered with operculum, and males without claspers. Example of it is Hippocampus. The superclass 2 is the Tetrapoda, which is a land vertebrate, has 2 pairs of pentadactyl limbs, cornified skin and lungs, and have 4 classes. The first class is Amphibia. Example, salamander, frogs, toads, newts. They can be aquatic larval stage, moist skin. Larvae have gills and 3-chambered heart. The adults are terrestrial, and adults breathe through lungs. Class 2 Reptilia, example crocodile, snakes, turtles, and the like. So they are terrestrial, they have dry skin, they have horny scales, and the heart is incomplete, 4-chambered. The respiration is through lungs. Class 3 is Aves. Example, birds, ostrich, parrots, and the like. They are the flying vertebrate, covered with feathers, 4 limbs modified into wings, no teeth in beak, and has a 4-chambered heart. And the last class of Superclass 2 tetrapoda is mammalia. Example lions, elephant, zebra, and even as humans. Body covered with hair, glandular skin, female with mammary glands, and has a four-chambered heart.
Ecological importance of Phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata plays a crucial role in ecosystems due to its diverse members, including mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. They contribute to ecosystem functioning through roles such as predator-prey relationships, nutrient cycling, and habitat engineering. Chordates contributes to ecosystem functioning through various roles such as predator-prey dynamics, nutrient cycling, habitat engineering, indicators of ecosystem health. So, predator-prey dynamics, it is the interactions between two species, the predator o prey. So, ang predator is an organism that can hunts, kills, and consumes other organism, while ang prey is the organism that is hunted and consumed by the predator. Nutrient cycling is the movement and exchange of organic and inorganic matter back into the production of living matter within ecosystems. And this process is crucial for maintaining ecosystem health and productivity. So, ang habitat engineering is a process where certain organisms modify the environment, creating or maintaining habitats that benefit other species. And this process enhances biodiversity, resource availability, and ecosystem stability, making ecosystem engineers vital for the health and functioning of ecosystem. Indicators of ecosystem health, it is measures used to assess the overall condition and functioning of an ecosystem. They provide insights into the ecological integrity, resilience, and sustainability of ecosystems. So, Phylum Chordata occupies a wide range of ecological niches across terrestrial habitats, freshwater ecosystem, and marine ecosystems are some examples. Terrestrial habitats include forests, grassland, and deserts. It is any land-based ecosystem where organisms live and interact with their environment. It encompasses a wide range of environments from deserts and grasslands to forest and tundra. So, freshwater ecosystems comprise a diverse array of organisms, ranging from microscopic bacteria to large mammals. While ang marine ecosystem services encompasses a wide variety of organisms adapted to life in saltwater environments, including oceans, seas, and coastal areas.
So what might be the viral diseases that are found in chordata? So first, let us talk first about the immunology. Despite the diversity, chordates share many of the fundamental biological similarities, including their immune systems and the diseases they can contract. The chordate immune system is composed of the two main components. The chordate immune system, first, innate immunity. The physical barriers, the body's first line of defense like the skin and mucus. Second, the immune cells from the innate immunity, cells that recognize and destroy germs and infected cells. Third, complement system, proteins that help kill pathogens and infected cells. So the second immunity is adaptive immunity. First is the antibodies, specialized immune cells that target specific germs, and the T cells, cells that directly attack infected cells or coordinate the immune response. So here are the viral diseases found in Phylum Chordata. First, the canine parvovirus. It is a highly contagious viral disease that primarily affects dogs and other canines. Originating chordate animal is from canids like dogs, wolves, foxes. Symptoms that they can get is vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, loss of appetite, and dehydration. Its transmission is through fecal-oral route, contact with contaminated surfaces. The treatment is supportive care such as fluids, antibiotic, anti-nausea medications, antiviral medications. Affected ones are dogs, wolves, foxes, and other canids. Impact on human. Canine parvovirus does not directly infect or cause disease in humans, but it can be transmitted to humans through contact with infected animals or contaminated surfaces, leading to potential skin irritation or minor gastrointestinal issues. Second is the feline panleukopenia or feline distemper. It's a highly contagious viral disease that primarily affects cats and wild felids. Its originating chordate animal is felids, like cats and wild cats. Symptoms are fever, lethargy, loss of appetite, vomiting, diarrhea, and dehydration. Transmission is through fecal-oral route and contact with contaminated surfaces. The treatment can be supportive care such as fluids, antibiotics, anti-nausea medications, and antiviral medications. Affected of this disease are cats, wild felids, example bobcats, lynx. Impact on humans still does not directly infect or cause disease in humans, but can be transmitted to humans through contact with infected animals or contaminated surfaces. Third is the avian influenza or bird flu. It's a viral disease that primarily affects domestic and wild birds, including poultry and migratory birds. The originating chordate animal is aves or birds. Symptoms: respiratory distress, decreased egg production, or sudden death. Transmission is by airborne or contact with infected birds or contaminated surfaces. The treatment can be supportive care, antiviral medications for humans. Affected are those domestic and wild birds, including chickens, ducks, geese, and migratory birds. So, avian influenza viruses can occasionally infect humans, causing a range of symptoms from mild respiratory illness to severe pneumonia and even death. Proper precautions and prompt medical attention are crucial for human cases. Fourth, porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome or PRRS. It's a viral disease that primarily affects pigs and wild boars, causing reproductive and respiratory problems. Originating chordate animals, suidae or pigs and wild boars. Symptoms: reproductive problems like infertility, abortions, stillbirths, or respiratory issues. Transmission can be through direct contact, airborne, contaminated equipment, or vehicles. But the treatment is supportive care, management of secondary infections. Affected are those pigs and wild boars. So the impact on humans. PRRS is not known to directly infect or cause disease to humans. However, the virus can be transmitted to humans through close contact with infected pigs or contaminated environments, potentially leading to minor skin irritation or respiratory symptoms. fifth is the rabies. So it's a fatal viral disease that affects the nervous system of mammals, including humans. Originating chordate animal, mammalia. Various mammals such as dogs, bats, raccoons, and skunks. Symptoms: anxiety, confusion, agitation, delirium, hallucinations, paralysis, or coma. Transmission: bite or scratch from an infected animal. Contact with infected saliva. Treatment: post-exposure prophylaxis (PEP) with rabies vaccine and immunoglobulin. Affected are mammals including dogs, bats, raccoons, skunks, and humans. So rabies is a serious and often fatal disease in humans if left untreated. Prompt medical attention and post-exposure treatment are crucial for survival. 6 is the hantavirus pulmonary syndrome or HPS. It's a severe and potentially fatal respiratory disease caused by hantaviruses. Origin: rodentia or various rodents such as mice, rats, voles. Symptoms: fever, muscle aches, fatigue, cough, shortness of breath, low blood pressure. Transmission: inhalation of virus-contaminated dust from rodent urine, droppings, or saliva. Treatment: supportive care, management of respiratory and cardiovascular complications. Affected: rodents such as mice, rats, and voles, as well as humans. So hantavirus infections can be life-threatening in humans, requiring prompt medical attention and supportive care. And last is the COVID-19 or coronavirus disease in 2019. So it is a highly contagious respiratory illness caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Origin: mammalia such as bats, possibly pangolins. Symptoms: fever, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, loss of taste or smell, and pneumonia. Transmission: primarily through respiratory droplets and aerosols, contact with contaminated surfaces. Treatment is supportive care, antiviral medications, monoclonal antibodies, and vaccines. Affected are human with potential for transmission to other mammals. COVID-19 has caused a global pandemic leading to millions of infections and deaths worldwide. It had a significant impact on public health, the economy, and social well-being.
So here is the summary of our presentation for Phylum Chordata. The Phylum Chordata includes a diverse group of animals characterized by having at some stage in their life cycle a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, and a post-anal tail. This phylum encompasses a wide range of species from simple, primitive forms like lancelets to complex vertebrates like mammals. So in Phylum Chordata, the notochord, the dorsal hollow nerve cord, the pharyngeal slits, and post-anal tails are all present. In Phylum Chordata, there are three subphyla: the Cephalochordata and the Orochordata, and lastly the vertebra or the Craniata. In evolutionary significance, the evolutionary history of chordates traces back to common Dioterostome ancestors. The key innovations, such as the notochord, the dorsal nerve cord, and pharyngeal slits, have allowed for significant diversification. The vertebrates have further developed complex structures like jaws, limbs, and special sensory organs. So those are the important points of our presentation for Phylum Chordata. Thank you so much for listening.